The Forests of Adrimon. This is your review for 2. Good day, my name is Joe Gerba. Today I'll be going over a short review of Forests of Adrimon and how it plays with 2 players and a little bit of the difference between this and the HexploreIt, the Valley of the Dead King. So in this game, plays mostly similar to the Valley of the Dead King as far as the game mechanics goes. You'll be moving your party around the map, rolling explore, navigate, and survival to try to keep your characters going. All along the way, trying to get more powerful and level up your heroes. See a little bit more how to play and the differences. So in this game, one of the main differences that you're really going to be trying to do is stop Adrimon. So instead of somebody moving around the map, you kind of have this countdown that you have where she'll be getting more powerful, influencing more creatures in the game. And you have to keep your stats up so you don't get mind wiped like the rest of the forest. There's also a lot of these powerful relics and artifacts that you're trying to reforge and find these fragments across. And instead of quests, in this one there's destinations to go to find these fragments. Then you have to go to a battle site once you have all the fragments of your relic, reforge them, and it'll help you greatly in the final battle against Adrimon. A couple of the other new mechanics. One mechanic is influence, which I think is pretty neat. We didn't use it a whole lot, but you can definitely use it if you're using the Valley of the Dead King characters in this one, where you can try to heal them and influence them to join your side instead of having to battle them to the end. So it gives the healers kind of a chance to shine as well if you want to go down that route. You're also teleporting around, teleporting to a secret, grove. And another key mechanic in this game is kind of getting these seeds. There's seeds, there's vines, and there's different like hearts of the forest that you're trying to create. You can create different items from there by going to the grove. It's a neat mechanic, but overall it kind of slowed down the game. I kind of just enjoyed having the money and upgrading that way, but this game is a different game. It has a lot of different mechanics, keeping the base core of HexploreIt the same. And that's what kind of makes this game interesting. You really need to venture out onto the sides of the board to get to these wayposts, and on these wayposts, when you go on there, you'll add more destinations. Instead of getting a quest and turning into a city like in Valley of the Dead King, in this game you're going to be getting more of those by finding these wayposts on the side, finding these teleport runes, and trading in your seeds and vines and hearts of the forest. There's a lot of different mechanics in the game, but I will say it did slow the game down a little bit. This game, we played 2 players, took us about 6 hours to complete. We could probably get it done in 5, and that's with character creation, of course, where Valley of the Dead King normally takes us about 4 now. So if you really want, a really experience, and it may slow down a little bit, you really have to think about what you want. I do like this about this game. One thing I didn't mention in the Valley of the Dead King is that with more players, we most of the time play with 2, but with more players, this game really doesn't slow down. Everybody's doing their own thing. You travel together as a party, and I really do enjoy that about this game. Is you could play this with 2, or you could play this with 6 players, and it'll probably play about the same amount of time. However, it's about, like I said, 5 to 6 hours for that full experience. You may be able to fly through things, but if you really want to take your time, this game is great. One thing I do like about this game is they tried to add more story to it. If you really want to take your time, if you really want to make this more into an RPG, there's a storybook on the cities that'll tell you more about it, the events, the relics, the bosses, all these different things. They've done such a good job of fleshing out the game from Valley of the Dead King. They really made this game kind of its own. They gave it life. They injected a few extra things in it. You are playing a different game between these 2, and I can see them having different places. It's just kind of the length of the game is a little bit of a deterrent. To finish it in one night is pretty tough. We started at 10 o'clock in the morning. We finished about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it did take us a while, but we had a good time. If you really like HexploreIt, Valley of the Dead King, then you'll really enjoy this game. But it's how often are you going to get it to the table? Are you going to make this a multi-day thing? Some people don't have 6 hours, to really spend. But I had a good time. I wish they had a couple more of these, wayposts and kind of references so everybody could hold their own instead of having to either pass it around or show it to somebody. But it's a good game. They did a better job with the characters on this game to give you more options during combat to make every character feel a little bit unique. There's a ton of different races. They just added a whole lot to the experience. Like I said, one of my favorite things is just getting each one of these fragments, from these destinations and reforging a relic. And then when you get to the end, those relics can really come in handy and really disrupt the final boss. And I really did enjoy this game. So people who liked Valley of the Dead King, and you can see my previous review of it, this game may be down your alley. Like I said, it will take a little while to play. It's definitely not going to be slower than Valley of the Dead, or it will be slower than Valley of the Dead King. But it'll add a lot more richness and uniqueness to the gameplay. Now, if you didn't like Hexplore, you may want to stay away. I wouldn't say it elevated, the base game. But for those who enjoyed the game, this game is great. So I really like this game. It's not for everyone, like I said with the Valley of the Dead King Hexplorer, but I really liked Forests of Adrimon for 2, and we had a fantastic time playing it. Just an intimate experience of questing, getting relics, and fighting the last boss and exploring the lands. We had a great time. So that was my short review of Forests of Adrimon, and until next time.